Yeah, viewers and subscribers, this is BVI Channel 1. We are live and direct as we are bringing you update. We're going to be bringing you update by hooking up to some of the national television who are streaming live the update from Abuja. But while they are on break, we'll be having Olisa from joining us from Abuja to analyze some of the results so far that have been brought in by the by INEC and those ones that have been pronounced already. Um, this is a live conversation. You can be part of this conversation by calling 081045455533. You can do that through direct line or you call through WhatsApp. Okay, so without wasting most of your time, let us quickly bring you up to speed. What is happening in um, in Abuja as we speak? They are collecting results from Adamawa actually because Abuja is on break. They're already collecting results from Adamawa State. So when the result of Abuja comes up, when the collection center resumes back, we'll be coming right back to bring you that live update from Abuja. But meanwhile, I have with me in joining us from Abuja, Olisa. Olisa will be giving us his own opinion as to what he has seen from the exercise so far. So if you want to join the conversation, the number to call is +2348104545533, or you just drop your comment on the comment section. We are going to pick that up from there. To our brother who is already seated here, you're welcome to the program, Olisa. Okay, all right, Olisa, what is your experience so far throughout this uh, process, beginning from Saturday, the build-up, and now that the election results are being collated and announced? What's your take? Okay, does it from what you've seen so far that is coming from other places, especially you that is staying in Abuja, we've seen other collection centers or other states bringing in their result to Abuja Collection Center. Does it worry you that Abuja is yet to get their own collation to INEC Collection Center in Abuja, while other states are already sending in their their results when Abuja is still yet to send in their results? What's your feeling about that? Okay. Um, that's very nice. We hope that things turns out to be okay. We are still waiting for them at Adamawa and also in Abuja. The announcement of the result have already happened in Ekiti State. I think Lagos State is still being collected or is being announced, and we've heard from other states, Ondo, and all of those places. Um, do you feel disturbed that it is not really reflecting the actual voting? And if you're watching what was happening at the collection center where PDP agent or representative there, Dino Milaye, was protesting the manner at which the results were transmitted, does it give you concern that the process might be rigged? Okay, thank you very much, Olisa, for your opinion there. And we have people who are joining us on our live stream who are dropping comments, and also those who are willing to call to join the conversation. Don't forget the number to call is 08104545533. 4545533 is the number to call to be part of this program. This afternoon, we are bringing you this live update from our studios right here in Onitsha, and we are following the turnout of events from different places. Um, some of our those who some people are complaining that they can't hear us. Um, some people are yeah, I don't know why that is the case. I think it's because our conversation is done. Let me switch from this device to another device. Uh, I bet the people can hear us now, because they were supposed to be hearing us. Those who are not hearing us, I don't know what the situation is, but the volume is coming out, everything is coming out well. But we hope that they can actually get to us from this. So please check your device. Be sure that you are not mixing up. Okay. Thank you, Odisa. We're going to come back to you again to continue on this analysis. We want to take a shot at what is happening from the channels television, where they are analyzing some of these issues. We get the opinion, and we'll come right back again to you, Olisa, in a jiffy. Then we take it from there. You stand by, Olisa, while we switch to channels, television, listening to other people's opinion, while we come back to take some of your opinions and concerns with respect to this election results that is being called and now being released from different places. So let us quickly go to channels television. I'll be right back to continue on this.
Political parties, civil society, enough ample time to then do whatever, assessment, whatever comparison they want to do between what is on the IReV and what is on the result sheet. That way, people will have already been informed, and people will not, all this confusion we are having will have avoided it, because people would not expect that all the results will be on the IReV maybe 24 hours after the election. So what I think is that since there was no clear communication, people have a right to make the point that the data on the IReV is not complete, and whatever the results that are being declared should have waited until those data have been completely uploaded, as we have been informed. So that's what would be my advice. I think people have a right to make that point. Whether the commission would then agree or not is another conversation entirely. But if I was an agent to one of the political parties, I would be making that point to say that I don't think it is appropriate to announce the result of any state when you have not fully uploaded them on the IReV.
Because this brings us to a problem, Mr. Adegoke, and I'm happy you say, okay, look, this is what they ought to have done, because they ought to have anticipated this ahead of the election. Since this was the first time, they should have given themselves some wiggle room, because this was the first time they were applying this technology nationally. And therefore, they should have anticipated that it's possible that there could have been hiccups, and therefore the 24, 48, 72 hours, in which case all those who are, now raising issues may not have raised the issues, because they would have said, we had been told before that this could be, there could be a time lag. But we are going to go through this process again in about 11 or 12 days' time. And now we're going to be talking about, 28 or so states where governors are to be elected, and then maybe about 34 or 35 states where state assemblies are to be elected. So, I mean, I'm wondering if we don't tackle this now, whatever the resolution that comes from this one for the presidential election, is that going to apply at the level of the next election in 12 days' time?
Well, I think that's largely a question for INEC to answer.
But I think that if
INEC listens to the feedback,
I'm putting it to you. My apologies. I'm putting it to you because I'm thinking, perhaps you could offer some way out for them between now and then. Since we're offering them a way out, we're trying to say, look, you've made this mistake. Now let's try to see if we can get you out of it, because we've got to do this anyway.
Yeah, sure. I agree with you. We can definitely tell INEC, to say that you need to communicate with the people, give enough time frame, with respect to the governorship election, take away the lessons from the presidential election so that it is not repeated at the governorship level. Give people at least like 1 week. By 1 week, every result should have been uploaded, and say that 1 week after the election, all results should have been uploaded. And this is important, not just because of the election that will be declared, also because of the litigation that will follow suit. People will be looking for evidence, and people will go into the IReV to go and get evidence. So it's very important. And the timing of the evidence is important because that was critical in determining the case in Osun State. So it's very important that INEC communicates clearly so that it even guides the judiciary by the time they are adjudicating over these cases. They are able to know exactly what they are working with. So if they are collecting evidence is collected on which date? Is it a day after the election? Is it a week after the election? So INEC needs to be clear in communicating that. And I think they have an opportunity to do that in the upcoming election. I mean, I will agree with you. This is the first time they are doing this at national level. So, I mean, we can like, okay, allow this to slide. But I'm not sure the parties will agree with me, though. But they have an opportunity with the governorship election coming up to say that, you know what, we are using the IReV, and from our experience, we think that you guys will need at least 1 week to have all the results uploaded on the IReV.
Change the process, question the credibility.
These adjustments from between one process and the other, within the timeline.
I think we should call some slack, right? Well, this is an innovation. This is the first time, so to say, it's been rolled out nationally. Yes, we had the Osun, and it's very correct. Lessons should have been learned. But it's also possible to say that when you are dealing at scale, there may be issues. So I would want to apply the presumption of regularity. In other words, that one presumes that everything is regular until it is proven that it is irregular. So I think it's also useful for our politicians to begin to demonstrate maturity. Our entire polity system processes must mature. And I think there's also, and even the civil society, everybody, we need to also grow. So it is sufficient, it is something that we can say, okay, maybe there are hiccups. Then that also begins to be a bit of gaslighting and political posturing, which is in politics that's accepted. But those of us who are analyzing also need to read between the lines and tell the politicians, in your posturing, be careful you do not tip the civil populace over the line.
Speaks to this posturing of the law. Earlier we read section 60 sub 5 that the presiding officer shall transfer the results in a manner as prescribed by the commission. But sub 6 says, a presiding officer who willfully contravenes any provision of this section commits an offense and is liable on conviction to a fine not more than 500,000 naira or imprisonment for a term of at least 6 months. The question here is, a presiding officer who willfully contravenes 5, subsection 5, in a manner prescribed by the commission. The manner prescribed by the commission is to transmit electronically, take a snapshot, and send. There are some presentations that have been made in Abuja now that some of them have not been uploaded on the IReV. Is that a contravention?
I think, if I understand correctly, there are two processes. One is to send it to INEC, then the other is to upload. I assume those are two processes.
Well, yes, but one is at the point you send,
Yes.
then you now take the hard copy
Yeah.
to physically to
Yes. So that's very good, because that's trying to make sure there are checks. Now, but the operative word there is willfully. So you are really trying to pin down people who have criminal intent, not somebody who made a mistake, or maybe somebody who is
an oversight or something,
who is lax or something, like,
Or
who's
who
negligent.
got
So
on.
it's really looking for people who have criminal intent. And of course, when you're talking about criminal intent, then you must bring the evidence forward. So because the maximum of the law is, we would rather that 9 persons go free than one person is unjustly convicted.
Let's come to you, Adeboye, and this is what you think could be happening online, with this sort of gap, or, this issue and the process of uploading to IReV.
I'm sorry, I didn't get the question very well.
What kind of message do you think this is sending to the online community? What do you think could be happening with, questions on the process and the uploading, the slow uploading to the IReV?
Yeah, so I think the online community, as you put it, were the most excited, about the introduction of the beavers and the IReV. And so it was something that the online community was looking forward to. And that has generated a lot of conversation. If you are following trends of conversation on social media right now, it's all about what is happening with regards to the IReV and the discrepancies that a lot of people are saying, oh, you've declared this state, but on the IReV, not all the results are listed there, because that is where the enthusiasm is coming from for the generation of younger people who are more digitally savvy, who are more comfortable accessing information online, or more comfortable doing their things digitally. So that's also, I think, a demographic that are most probably offended by the fact that we are not sticking to that, that part of the bargain in a lot of ways. But I also think that it's very important for me to emphasize what will have been a way for maybe INEC to manage the situation better. I think that INEC also left a lot of gaps with respect to communication, especially on social media. I remember early yesterday, I went to check INEC's, social media handle, and I saw that it was just blank. It was blank from 8 a.m. when the election started up to when the election was almost ending on Saturday. I think that, it's still a transition process for government institutions. I mean, we have to admit that. Transition in terms of deploying digital means in communicating with the people. There is a lot of demography of young people who are more comfortable receiving information on those platforms. So I feel that for a very long time, INEC left a gap, which it could probably have made things easier if it had filled that gap. And what do I mean about filling the gap? When people started complaining about the IReV and all of that, although eventually there was a press release addressing the issue, but I thought that waited for too long, because people started getting agitated the moment there were complaints on social media about the IReV, about the beavers, and the fact that INEC didn't say anything for so long. I feel that if INEC had come forward much earlier to say that we have been receiving reports, even if you don't have a position at that point, just acknowledge that you have been receiving the reports and you are looking into it while you are preparing your, a more robust response. So, in terms of what is happening in the online community, of course, agitations, people saying all sorts of things, but I think we still have decent amount of time to manage the situation, to manage the communication that needs to take place. And if I have a way, or if I have a channel through which I can communicate with the head of communication for INEC right now, I'll be telling him, you need to make your communication more consistent, and you need to explore all communication platforms. All this traditional method of waiting to release press statements and waiting to call all journalists into a room before you can pass information across, I think the world has moved past that, and we need to explore the channels of communication that we have. Even if you are not saying anything specifically, just let people know that you are looking into the issue. Just let people know that INEC is on top of the issue. Admit the challenges you are facing, but at the same time, assure people that you are looking into the matter and that you will ensure that the will of the people is what matters at the end of the day.
I'm sure that they are listening, because virtually everyone is watching this and is watching you at this point in time. But this leaves us with very few, shall we say, good options at this point. But we'll have to take a slightly deeper look at that with you and Prof. Right after this break. We'll be right back.
What is really happening in Akamata markets? It seems these people don't want the election to hold.
I hope your broadcast is the world must hear.
No. Is that how you people share sensitive news like that without verifying it? If I may ask, which news platform published the news?
Jojo sent it.
Jojo? Is that not the same Jojo that posted a fake election result the last time that almost caused a riot?
You know they forget something.
No. In this election season and after, one must be very careful. Or do you want to set the country on fire?
Haba.
Fake news is a threat to a free and fair election and to peace and security. So, before you share any news, check to be sure the source is credible. Check if there are supporting credible sources. Read beyond the headlines. Check the author. Check the date. Check your biases. Ask an expert or send to a fact-checking organization for confirmation. Say no to fake news. This message is brought to you by the Center for Democracy and Development, CDD, with support from the UK government.
Experience the opulence and security of Swiss Street Doors with over 30 years experience, exclusive with a touch of history and craftsmanship. Swiss Street Doors are made from the finest ancient aga and ivory wood, a range of exclusive armored doors, elegant interior doors, carefully crafted by world-renowned architects and engineers. At Swiss Street, a door is much more, plus premium quality onyx stones and luxury interiors. Visit Swiss Street today or call now. Swiss Street, blend of beauty and security.
Heartburn and indigestion? Try Gestede. My recommendation for the past 26 years, Gestede. Reliable remedy for heartburn, indigestion, flatulence, and acidity.
Me, I'm not afraid of that man.
Me too.
What can he really do?
I hope you people are discussing about paying me my rent.
Oga landlord, calm down. We are discussing about the upcoming elections.
Nonsense. Don't tell me to calm down. Your mates are at the Akamata Community Square, selling their votes for 5,000 naira. But you are here doing what I don't know.
Oga landlord, do you know that 5,000 naira spread over the next 4 years is just 4 naira per day? Is this what we should sell our votes for? God forbid.
Oga landlord, wise up. We must vote in the right people this time, instead of selling our votes to people who have nothing good to offer our community.
That one is your business. You ladies better go and collect yours, if that will help you gather my rent at the end of the month.
Do not listen to people like this landlord. Election is not a business venture. It is your civic duty to your country to help elect the right leaders who will create a better life for you and a great future for your children. Do not sell your future. Do not sell your vote. This message is brought to you by the Center for Democracy and Development, CDD, with support from the MacArthur Foundation.
distribution of the votes according to parties is as follows. A, 3069. 3069. AA, 498. 498. AAC, 1597. 1597. ADC, 5789. 5789. ADP, 2439. 2439. APC, 572606. 572606. APGA, 2316. 2316. APM, 709. 709. APP, 371. 371. BP, 1837. 1837. LP, 582 454. 582 454. NNPP, 8442. NNPP, 8442. NRM, 609. 609. PDP, 75750. 75750. PRP, 1120. 1120. SDP, 772. 772. YPP, 1109. 1109. ZLP, 9964. 9964. Total valid votes, 1271451. 1271451. Rejected votes, 64278. 64278. Total votes cast, 1335729. 1335729. Thank you very much. We are going to copy this and the party agents will sign, and then we can close the office.
Thanks for staying tuned. Welcome back. That's the formal announcement from the INEC Coalition Center in Lagos of the presidential election result for Lagos State, which showed, as we had told you previously, that the Labour Party's presidential candidate, Mr. Peter Obi, had won that election in Lagos State. I think I have enough time here to thank Adeboye Adegoke for his time, for joining us on the program, and for your insight. I'm sure the necessary officers of INEC and those who are close to them have listened, because right now it's how to resolve the conundrum that the Commission and the stakeholders find themselves, that everyone is after. Thank you so much for your time on the program this afternoon.
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me to share my perspective.
Thank you. Of course, back here in our studios, Babajide Ogunsanya has been fairly long-suffering on this.
You know, all the while he was typing and calculating.
Yes, and so
he's a numbers guy, so
yeah, so
he's been doing the numbers.
I'm believing that while we're keeping Prof with us, you can now give us an idea of where we stand now, because I understand there are one or so results that have also come in while we were doing all that.
Yes, that's correct. Where we stand now is we have 11 state results. 4 of those results have been announced by the chairman in Abuja. 7 of those results have been announced at the state level. In all, the total of these 11 states shows that the APC has scored 3.4 million votes. They are in the lead. The PDP has 2.3 million votes. Second, the Labour Party, about to get back into the race, 1.2 million votes. In all, the APC leading by 1 million votes. That is the position as at now. In all 11 states, 5 of those states in northern Nigeria, 7 of those states in southern Nigeria. A lot of people want to know which of these 11 states have the APC won, has the PDP won, and has the Labour Party won. The APC has won 5 states: Ekiti, Ondo, Oyo, Kwara, and Jigawa. PDP has won 4 states: Osun, Katsina, Yobe, and Gombe states. The Labour Party has won Lagos and Enugu State. Again, there are different ways we could look at this. We could look at that by what will be on the faces of most PDP followers now. And that's just behind you, Ayo. It's perhaps a representation of what the APC looks like.
As at this moment.
3.4 million votes across these 11 states, leading by a margin of 1 million votes.
Can we put that on the screen so that our viewers see what we're seeing? Can we go to everything? Can we go to those two? So please speak up, so that the viewers are able to.